Mr. Crane in that wig.
And the hyena video.
Korean dodgeball is now everyone's favorite sport, thanks to Mr. Crane.
Don't forget about the TK jar and the class selfie.
What about Giles?
Do you remember the chicks and butterflies in kindergarten?
Do I? That seems like it was just yesterday.
Wow, has time flown by.
We recently went to the Hood Museum. We had a lot of pizza that day.
And in 6th and 7th grade, there were the encounters with mice in the locker room and in Mrs. Sheridan's room.
Shinjuku had to be the best field trip.
The talent show at Shinjuku was the best. There was the flash mob, the band, aka Die Seals Die, aka KCDC, and whatever you did.
Although the zip line was closed, the high ropes course made up for it. I'm sure everyone had a wonderful time reaching new heights.
I personally enjoyed the prank war going on. It became pretty intense, but came to an end once the counselors heard about all that was going on.
I liked it when the teachers made us lay down in the wet grass because we were going to stargaze, whether we liked it or not.
We all had a great time on the war canoes, even though some of us got a little wet. Okay, maybe drenched.
I remember they would tell us a quote before every meal so that we could reflect on it while we ate. For example, why do we drive on parkways but park in driveways? Deep, right?
We've definitely had some great times at RTS.
I remember my first day in middle school.
Pretty soon, it will be our first day of high school.
I think we've been well prepared. We've gone from spelling tests to 5-page essays.
From addition to algebra. From learning about litter to chemical reactions.
From hola to me gusta hablar con compañeros. We've done it all.
It feels as though it was just a few years ago that we were coming to school every day in pigtails, eager to learn something new. And now we are on the stage, graduating.
Just 9 years ago, we were walking through these doors for the first time, and today we will be walking out of them for the last time.
But we couldn't have had any of the experiences that we've had without the people who helped us make it to where we are today.
Thank you to the teachers for teaching us all we know, and to all the parents, people, and those who could not be with us that have helped us become the individuals we are today.
Every one of us is unique in our own way, and this is all owed to the people we are surrounded by.
When we were younger, our parents listed all the people that we loved that loved us, so that we knew we were not alone.
Thank you to everyone on our list, and to all the people on everyone else's list. We are here, happy, healthy, and wiser because of you.
Thank you for going to our concerts.
Thank you for being the fans at all of our Little League games.
Thank you for helping us with our homework.
Thank you for being the ultimate chauffeurs.
Thank you for teaching us how to tie our shoes.
Thank you for being there when we scraped our knees or got a splinter.
Thank you for supporting us through everything we did.
And thank you for being our family, no matter what.
We really could not have accomplished any of this without you.
Throughout our time here at RTS, we've had some amazing experiences with friends, family, and teachers.
This grade has become closer and closer every year, and we have practically become family to one another.
We always know that we can count on one another to be there for us if we need them. Edward Everett Hale, an American author, once said,
I am only one, but I am one. I cannot do everything, but I can do something, and I will not let what I cannot do interfere with what I can do.
When all of us leave this school, I hope we live each day striving to do something, even if we can't do everything. Even when times get tough, I know all of us have the strength to get through it.
We must always remember, though, that we don't have to follow someone else's footsteps. We are capable of making our own.
Sometimes the road less traveled holds more adventures,
More mystery,
and more memories. Congratulations to the Rutland Town School class of 2015.
tonight of introducing tonight's commencement speaker. Here at Rutland Town School, in the main entrance foyer, there is a plaque that names Rutland Town School retirees, their position at the school, and how many years they have served. Our retirees this year will have their names forever remembered on this plaque. But tonight's speaker will be putting up a big number. Mr. Randy Dewey has been a teacher at Rutland Town School for 41 years. And all that time, he has taught only at Rutland Town School. Now here's an interesting fact. He has been teaching since before I was born. It's true. Randy has not only brought learning experiences to students over the years, but has been a positive and supportive colleague. Randy, we will miss your humor, collaboration, and dedication. Please join me in welcoming our commencement speaker, Mr. Randy Dewey.
Up here on the stage, and I'm referring to that side, and they're actually quiet. Welcome to everybody tonight. Members of the board, Dr. Taylor, Mr. Boynton, Ms. Tetzlaff, teachers, parents, grandparents. Are there any great-grandparents out there? Okay, great. Sisters, brothers, and certainly and especially graduates. Let's begin by applauding these soon-to-be high schoolers. This is an important milestone for these young men and women. Thank you all for sharing in this event, and thank you, Mr. Boynton, for the kind words. I'm not sure about the crack about how long I've been here. It seems to be expected of anyone who is addressing a gaggle of graduates to freely give advice. So I'm going to jump right in. Never let these four little words get very far away from you. You can do it. The fact that I'm standing before you in this huge crowd this evening is a testimony to that. When I was first asked to speak at this event, my reaction was, no thanks, no way. But then I realized that it could be my last chance to say whatever I wanted to a trapped audience. And I inwardly smiled and said, okay. You see, I decided in my early teens that I would never teach, despite the fact that I loved working with kids, because I despised standing in front of and speaking to a group. It would be too embarrassing if I made a mistake. I'm still not fond of it. I can think of several other places I would be much more comfortable right now. But over time, I began to realize that everybody makes mistakes. It's okay to laugh at yourself. And quite frankly, probably at least a part of the audience is not even listening to you. Zach Arsenal, am I right about that? So if I can do it, you can do it. Tonight is one of those times that we get to celebrate our young people and their successes, and particularly as parents and teachers reflect on where they began and how incredibly far they have come. Graduates, right now I want you to take a look at your parents. You'll probably see them smiling, maybe snapping a few pictures. This is an important time for them as well as you. Tonight, they are proud of you. Incredibly proud. It's probably a good night to ask for money. But when you leave the stage tonight, hug them, thank them, and tell them how much it means to you that they care for and support you. Now, if you all had been at the awards ceremony this morning, you most definitely would have been impressed by the academic accomplishments of those seated here on the stage. There is far more. Sitting before you are many accomplished musicians, 2 of whom have already been accepted into the elite Rutland High School music groups. There's also a scholar who placed 2nd in the National History Contest and qualified for nationals. Sitting before you are members of the rock climbing team, which won a state championship, including 1 member who was an individual state champ. There's also a member of the cast at Weston Playhouse who played the role of Scout in To Kill a Mockingbird. There's a student who this year attended all the events for Unified Sports and came away not only with medals, but also recognition for being supportive of the other participants. There are also 2 talented writers who had poems published through the Young Writers Project. There's students who worked on the first 3-dimensional printing project here at Rutland Town School. There's many members of the marching band, which received several awards again this year. As well as likely a majority of these young people did such a fine job representing the Chargers on the field or on the court. You should be impressed. I certainly am. Now, most of us probably are familiar with David Letterman. He recently retired after 33 years of late-night television. And a popular segment of his show was Dave's Top 10. So tonight, in continuing my free advice, I'm going to mirror Mr. Letterman with Dewey's Top 5. Because there are diplomas to be dispensed and a dance tonight that I expect that the graduates are going to look forward to. So here we go. Deweyism number 5. Accept yourself. Accept everything about yourself. Give no apologies and have no regrets. That said, it doesn't mean on occasion it's not okay to change your thinking, your opinion, or your behavior. Deweyism number 4. Love the moment. Each one is significant. It affects your entire life. Life is a succession of moments. To live each is to succeed. Remember the hard times, but also remember that flowers grow out of dark moments. That needs to be credited to Coretta Kent and Chicken Soup for their teenage soul. Deweyism number 3. Get her done. If you don't get on the stick when you should be doing something, you're wasting time. This is known as procrastination. Procrastinate too much and life passes you by. Think of the adage, you snooze, you lose. Number 2, keep your priorities straight. Urgent things in life jump at you and do anything they can to get your attention. But important things tend to wait for you to come to them. They don't go anywhere, but they're not right in your face. So it can be easy to overlook important things. Number 1, inspire and build trust. Now, how do you do that? Keep commitments. Do what you say You will, and do it when you say you will. Pay what you owe, and pay when it's due. Always tell the truth to yourself as well as to others. And do this even when it's difficult. I'd like you to become a brand name. Let others know what's expected of you and what they can expect of you. Think of it like this. Coca-Cola is a brand name. You expect a certain taste, a certain quality of taste every time you open a can or bottle. Develop a brand name for yourself. And remember, it's up to you how good the brand is. Also, admit it when you make a mistake. And when it's appropriate, accept the blame. And finally, help others. And do so without looking for any return. It doesn't need to be praise or payment. So recently, Brookfield, a tiny town in central Vermont, was in the news. The bridge that floats across Sunset Lake and connects the two sides of the town has been closed for the better part of 6 years to vehicular traffic. Yes, you heard me correctly. It's called the floating bridge. And it works. Floating does work. And I hope and even encourage you to spend some time in your life floating. You do need balance in your life, and floating can help to restore and reinvigorate your spirit. I will suggest that much of the time, it is better to sail. You probably already have an idea of your definition of success, and you probably realize that floating's not likely to get you there. And maybe, just maybe, sometimes sailing isn't enough. You may just need to throw on a little coal and go ahead full steam. Along with your parents, the staff here at Rutland Town School has provided you with the tools. Now it's your time and your turn. Do good, be well, make us proud. And finally, I'll close with this quote from one of my favorite authors, perhaps one of yours, Dr. Seuss. You have the brains in your head. You have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself in any direction you choose. You're on your own, and you know what you know. You are the guy who will decide where you'll go. Congratulations, graduates, and thank you all for listening.
Thank you, Mr. Dewey. At this time, we will be presenting the RTEA Awards. So staff members that will be doing that, please come on up.
Good evening. Thank you for coming.
Hi, it says on the program that Mr. Dewey and Lynn Ryan will present these awards, but Mr. Dewey just...
This is Lynn Ryan.
I am Lynn Ryan. This is Mr. Patterson. Randy, that was a beautiful speech. On behalf of the Rutland Town Association, we are privileged to stand before you tonight to award some very deserving students. These awards have been presented by the RTEA for some 20 years. We have been pleased to serve you and are extremely proud of the many achievements of our students, your sons and daughters. Over the years, they have excelled, not only here at RTS, but in high schools and colleges of their choosing as well. Letters we received from RTS graduates are a testament to our dedication and caring for our students, as we help them become the best they can be. As educators, we do not plan nor expect to rest on our laurels. Every child is important to us, and we strive diligently to have them both see and work towards their potential. It is a continual work in progress. The seeds planted here may take many years before the extent of their blossoming becomes apparent. As for the young men and women sitting before you on this stage, we have been impressed by their many successes, and we are confident that they are well prepared for their futures. Our first award this evening is the Anne Riley Award, named after a Rutland Town educator who was a teacher, principal at the Center Rutland School, which is now housed at the town's clerk's office and has been for 40 years. I might have said that wrong. She became the first principal of this school when it opened in 1967. As a tribute to her dedication to children and years of being an educator, the Rutland Town teachers established this scholarship award in her name. We look for students who demonstrate a cheerful attitude, maintain a good work ethic, constantly desire to achieve and excel, and simply work at their best, doing their best time after time, with few complaints. This evening, our staff would like to recognize 2 students who demonstrate such qualities, and at the same time are kind and caring to others, friendly and supportive, and provide exemplary behavior for their classmates, the kind of traits that were highly esteemed by our beloved principal, Miss Anne Riley. These students have been selected because they have shown perseverance and self-motivation needed to be successful, despite the hard work often required. We think Ms. Riley would be pleased to have Shayna Alexander and Ian Smith receive.
I am pleased to first announce the winner of the Iris Ferraro Award. Iris Ferraro is held in the highest regard by our faculty. It is difficult to believe that it has been more than a decade since she was taken from our midst. Iris was a one-of-a-kind person, unique in so many ways, and a very talented individual. She was a giving person, a very creative teacher, and one who knew how to make learning interesting and fun. She was effervescent and had a zest for life. And so, we try to be aware of and recognize someone who is creative, someone who is accepting of others, and one who smiles even through difficult times. One who follows his or her own path and has a strong sense of self. The teachers are proud to present the Iris Ferraro Award to Rachel Lee. Would you please come forward? Dios mío. I'm also pleased and honored to award the Roxy Hathaway Award. Most recently, the RTEA began honoring a Rutland Town citizen by designating one of its scholarships in her name. Roxy Hathaway was elected to the Rutland Town School Board in 1970. She would often be seen roaming the halls and school grounds with our principal, making sure all was well with Rutland Town School. Roxy supported this school by advocating for more classroom space and fewer students per teacher. She supported at least 3 additions to the present building, including the section that allowed the kindergarten to come over from Janie Hill. Roxy served the town well. Her leadership was an example for the whole community. Because of it, many improvements occurred here under her tenure, which helped set the tone for the school we now enjoy. In her later years, she welcomed our children to the Virox farm year after year to learn about maple sugaring, and most recently, to experience the corn maze. She came weekly for years to the elementary grades to read to the children and share her stories and experiences of days gone by. The teachers look for a student who provides service to the school beyond the school day, someone who is willing to volunteer and do whatever it takes. We wanted someone who is an example for his or her peers by cheerfully giving of him or herself and by servicing the greater community as well. We wanted to choose someone who has respect for her peers, and who is a mentor for younger students. This year, the award is presented to Dakota Peters. Would you please come forward? There were excuse me. Very nervous. Excuse me. Nervioso, muy nervioso. There were numerous students nominated for these awards, and it was most difficult to choose the final recipients. We are indeed sad, I'm not going to cry, to see these students leave us. They have been an exemplary group of citizens, and they have set the tone for the rest of the school. You, as parents, family members, and friends, should be very proud of these graduates, as we are. We expect great things from them. Brand names, I believe it was dubbed. It is time now for them to take what they have learned from you and from us and strive to make a difference in the world. We wish them all the best. Thank you.
It's been the tradition, I say, for the past maybe 4 years, that when we have retiring teachers, we'd also like to honor students that kind of aspire a likeness to one of our retiring teachers. This year we have 3 teachers retiring, Mr. Dewey, Mrs. Townsend, and Mr. Ingalls. And together they've given Rutland Town 71 years of dedication.
That's what you have.
Mr. Ingalls, are you here? I didn't see you. He's not here. Okay. So Mr. Ingalls couldn't make it today, but he's been with Rutland Town for 12 years. Altogether, he's taught 39. He has been an inspiring teacher, giving our students instrumental skills that have wowed many a crowd. I am greeted each morning at 6:30 a.m. as he shuffles down the ramp, coffee cup in hand, from the teacher's room on his way to T-Jazz or M-Jazz. He's an early riser despite the fact that he teaches all day. He plays his own music and his own band around Rutland in the evenings. If you'd like to hear him play, he plays many Thursdays at the Red Clover Inn in Mendon. He is dedicated to music as it is his passion, and this year we have chosen Zach Aiken in honor of our Zach, we wish you well.
Mrs. Townsend has been in Rutland Town School for 18 years. She's a caring and kind friend. She has a passion for learning and trying new things, a real joy for life. Her endless energy in the pursuit of making the day more fun inspires us all. She will be greatly missed as she retires from our close-knit community. Would Mrs. Townsend come up to give the certificate to her student soulmate, Eric Coughlin?
Mr. Dewey, will you come up? We already know that you've taught here for 41 years, but you are a dedicated teacher and a truly good friend to your colleagues. You can be silly and witty with your humor and yet have a philosophical side. You all realize he has a way with words and has been our spokesperson for many events. He has a passion for sports, especially soccer. And there have been many RTS games refereed by Mr. Dewey. Should I be reading tonight? Gabe Knapp, will you come up and accept the scholarship?
And finally, we have the RTEA Service Awards. We, the teachers, are also excited about Take Charge students and admire those who demonstrate care and concern for others while doing so. Students who are willing to give of themselves and step up when needed. These students are not afraid of what their peers might think. They have demonstrated leadership, initiative, hard work, dedication, a positive attitude, commitment, and follow through all year long. We are proud of these students who are willing to volunteer and cheerfully serve the RTS community. They set a good example for their peers as well as for the younger children. Show respect for their classmates, teachers, and staff, have a variety of interests, and demonstrate good moral character. We look forward to seeing them become leaders in high school as well. Because of these traits, the teachers are proud to present the RTE Service Awards to the following students: Skylar Bird, Lily Dubov, Lucas Hubbard, Lily Krupp, Emmy Levko, Kelsey McCullough, and Carl Pratt. Would you please come forward to receive your award? Thank you very much.
Thank you. I just wanted to take a moment. You've heard a number of wonderful things about our retirees this evening. I just wanted to personally thank Glendon, Paula, and Randy for their years of service, their professionalism, their colleagueship, and the amazing things that they have done for students. So one last time, on behalf of Rutland Town School, we would like to present Randy and Paula with a special gift. One more round of applause for our retirees. We will now recognize the graduates who have made honor roll or high honors this year. And at this morning's Class Day Awards, as seems to always be tradition, we always mix things up a little bit. So tonight will be the accurate list with the proper titles. Honor roll distinctions are determined by averaging the students' grades from all classes. Students earning a 85% to 92.99 average receive the honor roll distinction. Students earning a 93% to 100% earn the high honors distinction. Students on either the honor roll or high honors will have no less than a C in any class. These students have proven their dedication to their studies. As I call names, I'll ask students to please remain seated, and I'll ask the audience to hold their applause until I've announced all the students. We will first recognize students who have made honor roll at least one time this year. So any quarter this year that they have received the honor roll, here is our list. Zach Aiken, Shayna Alexander, Zach Arsenault, Skylar Bird, Casey Coughlin, Angelina Elliott, Lillian Boulette, Connor Heaton, Lucas Hubbard, Tara Kellogg, Gabriel Knapp, Connor Ladabush, Rachel Lee, Owen Massey, Kelsey McCullough, Ethan Knott, Mason Patton, Dakota Peters, Carl Pratt, Ian Smith, Jackson Washburn, Jeremy Welch, and Bailey Wilson. Round of applause. The next list is students who made high honors at least one quarter this year. Skylar Bird, Paige Bolick, Lily Duboff, Vanessa Dumas, William Goulet, Jensen Kelly, Tara Kellogg, Lily Krupp, Taylor Krupp, Connor Ladabush, Rachel Lee, Amelia Loveco, Kelsey McCullough, Alexa McPhee, Ethan Knott, Maddie Thompson. Round of applause. And finally, we have compiled a list of students who have made either honor roll or high honors for all 4 quarters. Zachary Aiken, Shayna Alexander, Skylar Bird, Paige Bolick, Lily Duboff, William Goulet, Connor Heaton, Jensen Kelly, Tara Kellogg, Lily Krupp, Taylor Krupp, Connor Ladabush, Rachel Lee, Amelia Loveco, Kelsey McCullough, Alexa McPhee, Ethan Knott, Mason Patton, Dakota Peters, and Madeline Thompson. The moment we've all been waiting for and practicing a lot for. But before you go, I'd just like to personally thank our graduates for an excellent year and hopefully excellent education. I recently sent out a survey, which some of them replied to. One of the questions was if they felt if they had a good education at Rutland Town School. And the majority said yes, so I'm glad about that. Joining me for the awarding of diplomas, our school board chair, Ms. Lynette Gallipo, Superintendent Dr. Deborah Taylor, and Assistant Principal, Ms. Sarah Tetzlaff. Tyler Michael Shanahan. Kelsey Granaham McCullough. Angelina Marie Elliott. Bruck. Liam Kyle Burden. Haley Nicole Hubbard. Jeremy Michael Welch. Shayna Marie Alexander. Tara Lynn Kellogg. Lily Bryn Dubois. Joshua Andrew Paul Alger. Alexa Michelle McPhee. Michael Francis Daly. Paige Alexandra Woolley. Casey Thomas Coughlin. Dakota James Peters. Madeline Rose Thompson. Brenton Matthew Beers. Vanessa Ann Dumas. Mason James Patton. Jonathan Michael Springer. Owen Scott Massey. Jensen W. Kelly. Tristan Alexander Dotson. Lily Carol Prupp. Amelia Ray Loveco. Connor Charles Ladbush. William Blaze Roulette. Carl Vincent Pratt III. Seth Thomas Corey. Skylar Elizabeth Bird. Bailey Renee Wilson. Zachary Allen Arsenal. Jackson Ryan Washburn. Ethan Joseph Knott. Gabriel Anthony Knapp. Eric Matthew Kaufman. Rachel Denise Lee. Zachary Dean Aiken. Connor James Heaton. Lucas Joseph Hubbard. Ian Frederick Smith.
Good evening, graduates. Class of 2015, as Superintendent of Schools, I hereby certify that you have met all of the requirements set forth by the Rutland Town School Board and the State of Vermont, and by the power vested in me, I hereby declare the Class of 2015 to be graduates of Rutland Town School. You may now move your tassels to the left. Congratulations, graduates.
Do you want to get your certificate? Yeah. And then Eric can draw French shots. We got a car back up.
Wait, lipstick.
All the youngins.
Where's Mariko? Oh, wait a second.
Yeah, sorry. I'm like a kid.
Oh, the sky's good too. I think.
Wait, Miss Kyle. On your foot.
Hey, Eric, are you on the team now?
Yeah, Mama T, get in here. Stand right here.
You need excuse to hug the girl.